right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let me check my mic volume. Too loud. Too loud. What's going on, guys? Man, oh man. First thing I gotta say is shout out to Beast Mode for being in here. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna turn my mic down real quick. Oh boy. Oh, that boy was at, that's crazy. That thing was at 91, man. I knew it. I don't know, man. Technology literally will fail you every time. All right, guys. So let me shout out the round table. It was supposed to be on my channel today. What's up, guys? What's up, Carl? If you notice, let me do one thing at a time. Shout out to the round table. It was supposed to be on my channel today, but I could not go live, man. Like, it wouldn't. For those of you who use Google Hangouts, there's a circle, and it counts from 0 to 99, and then it'll say start broadcast. Well, Google was tripping, and I could not get in. So we are scrambling. I mean, I restarted my computer. I did all of that. So then me, Luke, and TA are talking, and I'm like, TA, you got to start, man. If you can't start it, go ahead and start it, and then I'll try to get in if I can. So when he was having the same problem, and then he wound up getting through, and then when I went to go check mine, there you go. So it said start broadcast, but it was too late. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to try to get Travis TROXEL'S on the line, but before I do that, shout out to everybody that was on the round table. Sorry technology failed you guys. I hope you enjoyed the abbreviated show. Shout out to Beast Mode. Go get him, man. Yeah, Derek Jr. in the back, man. No shirt on. His name is Zachary. No nothing. He just all over the place. Y'all see him every time. He's like the unsung, the special guest. So never has on a shirt, never has on any clothes. He's no clothes. So yeah. So before I get Travis on the line, shout out to the top 10 super chatters. Shout out to BHBE, who messaged me and said, yo, man, when are you going to add the money that I gave you to the scrolling tick? And I was like, bro, I haven't updated that thing in like 6 weeks, 2 months or so. So what I went in and added the top 10 super chatters. I don't know if chatter is even a word, but JMO, basically Google let me down. It let me down. So, all right, I think something went wrong. Okay, let me see if I can get, hold on. All right, Travis, I haven't sent it yet. I'm going to send it now. So let me know when you're ready. Just shoot me a okay. So we're going to try and get Travis TROXEL'S on the line. When am I going to open the phone lines, Carl? I mean, I can open anytime. If I start doing this every day or something like that, then I'll open them up. So those are my top 10 super chatters scrolling by, starting with, I want to give those guys a special shout out, starting with Sweet88. So what happened, J-Mo, is Google let me down, man. They basically just completely let me down. And we're going to talk a little bit about Hard Knocks and stuff like that. But before I do that, hey, thanks for showing me some support. Oh, absolutely, Beast. You've been in here loyally. All right, let me try and get Travis on this line, guys. Hold on. Travis, I'm about to try to connect with you, man. You ready? All right. So while I'm trying to do that.
Not yet. Says something went wrong. Trying to figure out how to get past this small little problem. Says there is a problem with your Microsoft account. To fix this, sign in to.
Oh boy, looks like Travis having trouble. Okay, sorry about that. That dead air, man. Trying to connect with Travis. Hey, Travis, let me call you, bro, and see what happens. Or if you think you get it, whenever you think you get it, just let me know. All right. All right, guys. So shout out to the chat, JMO, everybody top tier. Yeah, man. When it changes. So anyway, let's get to the nitty gritty. Then hopefully Travis can be in the building. The Lions were not chosen for Hard Knocks, and I heard the fellas talking about this on the round table. Shout out to you guys. Awesome show. We all knew it was going to be the Raiders. I thought the Detroit Lions were the last team chosen. If they had anything at all, if they had to force any team, it would be lastly the Detroit Lions. Now, I do feel that there was some type of, I don't know, man. I feel like the report didn't come out that the Raiders were forced. I mean, it just was on Twitter like, boom. It said they were selected. But I'm like, I feel like maybe somebody had some inner working. Somebody was pulling some strings and things like that. Now, I do believe it was going to come down between the Raiders and Redskins. I think I've said this before. What's going on, Lavelle? I couldn't get on the round table, man, so I got to get my live fix in today. I mean, I didn't even go live this morning because I wanted to be on the round table. But the Raiders were the obvious choice. Now, the thing about that is the Raiders are going to relocate to Las Vegas at the end of the 2019-2020 season. And I think that that's what they wanted to do, the NFL, is they wanted to wait. But then they said, well, if they wind up getting in the playoffs, then that just blows that whole thing out the window. So I'm not sure that now that does not mean that the Raiders cannot volunteer for next season. I'm sure nobody, I don't know if people are going to see that, but nonetheless, the Detroit Lions were not selected, so we don't have to worry about people trying to take our plays, trying to get any type of insight on what we're going to do this offseason or this season because of Hard Knocks. So shout out to the Oakland Raiders for being on. Soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders. All right. Now, before I get into the Lions talk, let's say shout out to Beast Mode who had to go. Melvin Drew, what's up, man? I missed the round table today. Technology, so I had to get on now. Beast Mode, they didn't choose us because we wouldn't have as many views. Yeah, I think we would have been boring, man. I mean, we don't have you have AB, you've got John Gruden. I mean, that's like entertaining right there. So why not? So I might have to try to get an HBO app or see if I can watch it. Maybe pay for a month if they have that and watch it then. Before I go talk about our Detroit Lions, I want to give a shout out to Sweeten88, the number one super chatter. Matthew Huntley, number 2 at $45. BHBE, there you go, bro. With how you get a random number like 4393. Shout out to formerly known Miles Moser, which is Mellow Mo now with $36. The real TJ Hawkinson at $24.91. Again, another odd number. Marcel Edwards with $10. Thank you so much. John Martin with $9.99. Andrew Isham with another $9. I think this is Travis right here. Kyle McDonald. Call anyone on the Skype. What? Okay, Travis, let me call. What? I've never seen that before. This is terrible. So shout out to, and last but not least, Aaron Burton. Yeah, something is wrong, Travis. See if you can keep working on that. Beast Mode says AB and Vontaze Burfict are going to fight in the first. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's going to be so entertaining. I came to the stream and tech issues. Yes, Roland. It kept bouncing back and forth between me and TA because I could not get Google Hangouts to YouTube take down the stream. No, it was a hot mess, man. You couldn't. Okay, so Google Hangouts has to process. It got to 99 and it froze. And I tried it about 6 or 7 times. And every single time it did it, I restarted my computer. I did all of that and it still didn't work. We are trying to get Travis Troxel on with us. And I hope he can get in here. All right, so let's address this first, guys. This is non-football related. But I just got to say something about the Toronto Raptors fans. KD hurt his Achilles yesterday. So contrary to what we thought it was, this came out last night, but it was an Achilles issue. Now, he went to go get an MRI done today. I have not seen any reports as to what the outcome is of that, but Kevin Durant if it was an Achilles tear, he is definitely done for 6 to 8 months, and that is going to be terrible for him. I've been hearing some conflicting reports that he he was cleared to play, but he really shouldn't have been cleared to play. And so I applaud Kevin Durant. He did help his team win yesterday. His 11 points were, I mean, I look at it like this. Kevin Durant doesn't play. I know you can't really say this because we don't know how the game would have gone, but the Warriors lose by 10. Instead of winning by 1, they lose by 10. Toronto series over. So Kevin Durant, if the Warriors do win this series, they will go down. I believe his effort, no matter what happens, will be historic. But if they win this thing, it's done. His legacy will be something that legends are made of. So what's going on, Melvin? Roland G says, keep the chat rolling. Okay. Thank you, Roland. Appreciate you. All right. Now let's talk about basically the Lions, man. We all knew the Lions weren't going to be on Hard Knocks, and here it is. So now we can rest. We don't have to worry about it. The Oakland Raiders will be terrible this coming year. I don't see them going whatever they went last year being that bad, but now we can rest. The Hard Knock discussion is over, and I want to say that I made a video saying that we would have a decision by today, and lo and behold, right before we were supposed to get onto the round table, that decision came out. So something we don't have to, I mean, it's like we're done. Like Hard Knocks is over. We don't have to talk about it. It's done. It's a wrap. There's nothing to talk about. So shout out to Kevin Durant. Hope he's okay. Congratulations to the Oakland Raiders because you're now on Hard Knocks. What's up? Peace and quiet. What's good, man? Thank you so much, man. Let's see if you pop up. I hope you pop up, man. I hope you because the super chat, this software been tripping lately, man. So I do appreciate. Peace and quiet says, what's up, man? J-Mo, was that was the old record or that's the one you see now? So let's talk about, there it is. Peace and quiet donated. Oh, we got to fix that. We got to fix that. He's off. It's cut off. Let's talk about Tom Savage. J-Mo hit it right on the head. I said those exact words, J-Mo. For those of you who don't know what rock or cave, you've been living with the Croods. Connor Cook was cut or was waived yesterday by the Detroit Lions, and we signed a guy named David Fales. Roland G says, I can see the Raiders 9-7. Melvin Drew says, San Diego, the team to beat in AFC. We need that win. # Go Lions. Absolutely. Roland G says, that at best for the Raiders. Shout out to you, Roland, because you was killing that chat, man. Appreciate y'all. Another thing I'm going to say to you two guys is you get 3 warnings. You get 2 warnings and then a timeout as far as when I'm moderating and on my channel and stuff like that. So anyway, now that that's over, it's all about respect, guys. I'm not trying to be anybody's daddy. It's just all about respect. So David Fales, I talked about this on yesterday's stream. This guy has been in the league for 5 years. 5 years. He's thrown 48 passes. He's completed 31 of those passes. He has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And on top of that, 43. Did I say 43? He's thrown 48 passes. 43 of them came in the last 2 years. So his first 3 years or 2 years in the league, he threw 5 passes, if you do the math. And then he threw 43 for the 2 years. So he was drafted by the Bears in 2014. And J-Mo hit it on the head today. He said, how bad was Connor Cook? Or how good was Tom Savage? But how bad was Connor Cook that you get waived and they sign a guy literally nobody's ever heard of, and David Fales? And I heard Luke G today say that he's not even going to make the practice squad. I thought he might. The Lions are known since they haven't carried three QBs since when, guys? Sean Hill, Deno. So my thing is, I hope Stafford does not get hurt. But if he does, we've got to rely on Tom Savage. Now, J-Mo also said earlier today, if I heard you correctly, J-Mo, about Blake Bortles. Thank goodness he's with the Rams, because remember there was a report or somebody's talking about we should sign that guy. I wouldn't want nothing to do with Blake Bortles, so I'm just keeping it real with you guys. J-Mo says, Chiefs and Pats are the AFC teams to beat. Roland G, that's if the Raiders playing backyard football. Melvin Drew, J-Mo, they both take a step back this year. They're going to be competitive, but I see this being the year for the Chargers. Most complete team. The thing about the Chargers, Melvin, is the Chargers can't ever win when it counts. They cannot win. I mean, when it's time to show up, they don't. I mean, even when LT was in there, I mean, you know, I think it was a pick that sealed that game in 2006 or 2007. And, yeah, and J-Mo says, trust me, don't believe in Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is going to be, in my opinion, in the same category as Matthew Stafford if he don't win. Awesome numbers. Iron Man as well. He's got some type of streak going on too, or had some type of streak, but he could never win when it counts. And I hope that for both of those guys' sake that they're able to get out of that range and actually win something for their team. Chargers should have had a Super Bowl, but whatever. Those days are gone. LT's not there, so it doesn't really matter to me. So I also heard the guys on the round table, which I missed, by the way. Shout out to you guys for being here and being so patient with us. It was so terrible, but I'm trying to kick it with the fellas and get a setup like this because Google Hangouts is a tough thing to do. This is Travis right here. Okay, Travis said he think he fixed it. All right, Trav, let me see. We're going to try to get Travis Troxel on the line, so hold on. Stay with me, guys. I'm going to try and get this guy going here. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, audio. No! It's not what I wanted to do. All right, Travis, I'm calling you, man. That's right. What? Say what? Haha.
What's good?
What's good, Travis? You there, baby?
I am here.
All right, let's do a sound check. Can you guys hear Travis? All right, let's see. Somebody give me a mic check. Let's see if we can. Could y'all hear Travis? I hear like 3 times. All right, hey, Travis, say something, man.
Can you guys hear me, fellas?
Okay, Technical Jeff says yes. That's what's up. With a name like Technical
All right.
Jeff. All right, Travis, let me know if his volume, I was going to say volume. Let me know if his volume is good. All right, fellas, so we are going to get Travis Troxel on the line. He's with us today. We're going to try to get this brother prepared for live streaming, get him a little acclimated to how we do things with the DSA. This is my man right here, my right-hand man, always got my back and always there when we need him. Shout out. What's going on, Travis? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How about you, D?
I'm not bad, man. I'm a little bummed out about the round table, bro. I was supposed to be there, and as Luke G would say, man, technology fails you every time.
Yeah, I seen that. I was just like, whoa, wait. And then, what do you call it? And then we switched channels. I was like, oh, man, technology. And then getting in here, I had the technology problem. I was like, oh, man.
Man, and we got a little popping on your end, bro. So I don't know if that's what's going on with that. But I think if you can't fix it, we can deal with it through this live stream. But technology, once again, is not on our side this evening. So, Travis, man, we were talking. I missed the round table. And you know, because you usually are in the chat with me, I usually go live maybe sometimes once a day. And I saved that because I wanted to go live with you guys tonight on the round table. And so I missed everything. So we're doing it now. Shout out to Melvin, Drew, and Technical Jeff and the Super Chat as well. But we're talking about Hard Knocks, man. And I heard you guys on the round table. And I know you was a little quiet, but what's your thoughts on the Raiders being on Hard Knocks? I'm sure you're happy about the Lions not being selected.
Absolutely thrilled. You know why? Because it ain't us, fellas.
I know that's right. I
mean, it's just like, like the whole element of surprise. would be kind of taken away. I mean, obviously, Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, the geniuses at work, they would have a plan in place if we was selected.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we didn't have to even think about it or anything like that because, we wasn't selected. And, with the Oakland Raiders, they got a whole bunch of problems. So,
You mean
I'd
like
rather watch them than
yeah,
us.
yeah, me too. And I think that's what. And I was just telling these fellas that I think that I really believe the NFL has something to do with that, Trav. I think that the NFL stepped in, and I want to say that we'll never hear this, but I want to say they offered some type of incentive because if it was always going to be the Raiders, what took them so long? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Why did it take them all this time to pick the Raiders? Now I see they got something going on in the chat right here. I don't know what's going on. Y'all talking about who are y'all talking about, guys? JG says I'm back. I didn't even know it was working. Laugh out loud. What up, though? JGB, this is a different system. So Google Hangouts is one thing, and this is just me going live on my own, like a different setup. So that's why I was able to work. But Google Hangouts did start working. So Travis, we were talking about what else were we talking about, guys? We were talking about the Phillip Rivers situation. And I was saying that Phillip can't win the big games, man. He needs to be able to take his team to the next level. And I'm hoping he can do that. But somebody in the chat was saying that the Chargers are the team to beat. And I was saying that Phillip, he didn't show up, man. He can't win games when it counts. What's your thoughts on that, Trav?
Well, it's kind of like the Lions, and I feel like, they have to have a good offensive line. And then when they do have that good offensive line, then like Melvin Gordon will go down with an injury, or something, or like that wide receiver. What's his name?
Who with the
Uh,
Chargers?
the wide receiver for the with the beard. Keenan Allen.
Oh,
Um, you know, he'll go down or something will go wrong, and they don't have that necessary depth.
mm-hmm.
And then who is they tight end? You know,
I
after
think
Antonio
Gates is still there, bro. Yeah, he been what year
you
is
know,
Antonio Gates on, man? 15, 16. That's crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
he's up there.
Yeah, he
You
is.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, they do have that. What's his name? Travis Hunter. But I mean, he's been MIA a little bit.
Okay.
So it's like it's always been something with with the Chargers. I mean, I do think that if they can get like their offensive line playing well, their wide receivers healthy, their tight ends healthy, their running backs healthy, they could be the team to beat.
Yeah.
You know.
But they need that extra thing to take them over the top. They really do. Now, the reason we got on that, Trav, is we were talking about, and we've gone over this before, and you guys talked about it in the round table, but I had to get in on it, man. What's up, Fred? He says, I knew the Raiders was going to be on Hard Knocks. I think we all did, man, but with the Lions being eligible, it was like we not, like Luke was saying, we'll believe it when we see it, that, we're in the clear. Here it is that the Lions waived Connor Cook. And I heard you guys talking about this. What do you think it was, Trav? Do you think that it was that Connor Cook was that bad or that Tom Savage was that good? I mean, they waived this brother. So he's no longer a Detroit Lion. And on top of that, Travis, they signed a no-name dude, literally, in David Fales, who's thrown 48 passes in his 5-year career. What is your thoughts on that whole situation, man?
I mean, I think it's a kind of a little bit of both.
Okay.
He was just that bad, and like I was saying, at the round table, how do I want to word it? Let me think. With hold on, I'm trying to think of how I want to word this.
Okay, all right. Is it bad or what, man? That you struggling over there?
No, I mean it's just I really am. Oh, well, it's a little bit of like he was that bad, and then on top of that, Bob Quinn really wants to get everybody in that he possibly can, because if he can get everybody in and evaluate everybody in case if heaven forbid, and I'm knocking trying to find some wood to knock on to make sure Stafford does not go down. That
Yeah.
is the key for us.
Yeah.
You know that he at least has like, okay, well, this person did good, that person did good. He's good at this that. And if I need to put something together, I at least know where I can go to put us at least into a position to where it fits our scheme, and it'll do until Stafford can get back.
Okay.
Where we're not just dead out in the water and season's over.
Yeah. Yeah, which is what we would have been last year. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I I haven't felt confident in a backup, to tell you the truth, Travis, since Sean Hill. I have not felt confident in a backup since Sean Hill. Sean Hill was the guy that, if you remember, Sean Hill is actually the guy that threw Calvin Johnson the touchdown that he had in Chicago, the infamous catch, complete the process. And Sean Hill was a guy that I could trust in if somebody went down. And now I actually have not felt that way since he left. So I am totally, it's like Tom Savage has to be that guy, because if something happens to Stafford, which I hope not, I hope he can keep his streak going. But if something happens to Stafford, the team is going to be on Tom's shoulders. And I just, I don't know, man. But this other guy, David No Name Fails. Is he going to make the team, Travis? Because I heard you guys talking about it on the round table, and you had a specific point of view, man. What do you think?
He is not making the team any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Now I will say this, and the reason why I say it's not knocking him, but kind of knocking him. He's been on what, 4 different teams?
He has. He's been with the Bears twice. I think he's been with so he's been, I think it's 3. He went to the Bears. He was drafted by the Bears, and I think he went back to the Bears, now on us, and then a team. Yeah, so we are his, I want to say we're his 4th team. But go ahead, man. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's that kind of makes him a journeyman. And it's just like,
absolutely,
you're a journeyman at such a young age. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, this is the time where people are supposed to groom you.
Yeah. And you've thrown 48 passes in your entire career. And when you were drafted, and I think he spent some time on somebody's either practice squad. I think his second stint at Chicago. But I'm like, so Travis, no practice squad for this guy?
No.
I don't think so. So okay.
Truthfully, I don't think we put a quarterback on practice squad.
Well, Jake Ruddock was on the practice squad. He spent some time on there.
No, I'm saying like this year. I don't.
Year?
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna put one on, and I think it might be more of an evaluation of for next year's draft class. I think we'll try to actually really focus and try to get some sort of quarterback, depending on how the board falls.
Okay. All right. You know what? I wanted to bring this up as a topic on the round table, and I want you guys to be objective with this conversation, okay? I don't want y'all to come at me on some Matthew Stafford hater stuff, because we know that I have said some not too nice things, but not too bad either about Matthew Stafford. I'm just not happy with I wasn't happy with his leadership, demeanor, and with certain passes that he's made. But I wanted to talk about this on the round table today, because I thought about it the other day. I said, okay, Matthew Stafford Bob Quinn has spent 4 years now building a team around Matthew Stafford. And let's be honest. The first 2 years were like, the team was still growing. I think Bob Quinn really started to hit his stride last year. And this year, in my honest opinion, he knocked it out the park. I've been hearing good things about Jelani Tavai, and we know who we got in the 5th round. We know who we got in the 6th round, and we know who he picked up undrafted and things like that. But my question to the chat and to you, Travis Troxel Sports Talk, shout out to go ahead and drop that center court promo, man. Go ahead and do that real quick.
Go ahead and check us out on Piston Center Court with 313 JMO, Nomis J, Carl Alexander the third, and Detroit Drew. It will be on my channel this week, starting at 8 p.m. And then we got a special draft show with a special guest, Noble Sports, and we're starting that on it'll be on Thursday the 20th, and we're starting that at 6:30. We're going to start about 30 minutes prior to the actual draft.
Okay, fantastic. Nice job, Trav. We got 21 in the building. I've seen it as high as 25. Can we get
You got 11 likes
on the video? So my question to you, Travis, is what do you think what is the bare minimum that Matthew Stafford needs to do to remain our quarterback after 2021? Because let's be honest, Matthew Stafford is the quarterback of the Detroit Lions. I want to say for the next 2 or 3 seasons. Like, you might as well forget it. His cap hit is ridiculous. His salary is ridiculous. So what is the minimum that Matthew Stafford has to do, in your opinion? We're talking about a healthy team. We're talking about everything goes right in order for him to remain a Detroit Lion after his contract is up. Like, after that guaranteed and after that hit is not so high. What is it that you think Matthew Stafford has to do?
That one's going to be a very easy question for me, and it's going to come down to 2 answers. Win the division and win playoff game. Well, playoff games, I should say, plural, because this year I actually have us winning at least one playoff.
Absolutely. We better.
Game.
We better win one. We better win one.
You know.
Yeah. And I feel the same way. I feel, like I said, if in a perfect circumstance, which Bob Quinn is building for people to go down. He's building for people to hold out. And we're going to talk about Snacks in a minute, specifically Snacks, because Snacks has been, Darius Slay kind of been laying low other than some Fortnite. We're going to talk about Snacks before we get off. JGB says win is the obvious answer, but I say restructure his contract to be more team friendly. I see that, JGB. I think you hit it right on the head. He's got to win. He's got to win a playoff game, several playoff games. He's got to win, and I'm not necessarily talking about in one season, but I would much rather him win. I think the minimum he has to do is at least get us to the second round of the playoffs one of these years. I mean, if he wins a playoff game and then another playoff game the following year, I can see that, because he will finally get that playoff monkey off his back. But if he, with this team, everybody's healthy, we got the depth and all that stuff, if Matthew Stafford cannot perform, I think it might be time, guys, that once his contract is up, that we find another quarterback. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. That's it. So I love me some Matthew Stafford. Our team go down, we go down. It is what it is. And I think he's a great quarterback. And I love his toughness, his heart, and I love his arm, his accuracy, all that stuff. But he's got to produce, man. And Bob Quinn now is building that team around him, and I think that's the bare minimum. So he's got it. What's up, Bug Spray? What's going on, man? Let me see. George Morgan says Matthew Stafford has thrown more passes in one game with broken fingers. Oh, you talking about than David Fales, man? Yeah. I don't even know. Like, why did the Lions sign him? What was the point? What was the point?
I think it's just more of a evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't think he's going to make it past week 1 of the preseason.
Wow.
I mean, it is what it is, because it's just like, you know, you already know that he's not making the team. So if I see what he's about to do, you know, I know he's still not going to make the team. I'm going to bring in somebody else, you know, to see, okay, let's see how he performs. And then if he doesn't, and if that new person, you know, keep rotating, you know, this is the perfect time to, because if, you know, like I said, this is the off season, you know, if we can get as much, you know, knowledge about all these other different players and things like that,
Mhm.
in case of an injury does happen, we could be like that Patriots team that lost their Hall of Fame quarterback named Tom Brady and still put up 11 wins.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Yeah.
definitely do see us, trying to build towards that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in light of that, uh, it was two things I wanted to talk about. Hey, Trav, on the round table today, did y'all talk about that Dave Burkett article about Jermaine Kearse?
They talked a little bit about
Okay.
it.
Okay. Because I missed it. I was in and out. So there was an article that he wrote yesterday morning, I believe it was, or sometime yesterday, that the best receiver would not make the team. And he was basically, I mean, this guy, I'm just like, what? Sometimes I think I'm sold that they use clickbait as well. Like, the news has become an internet thing as well. I don't know how much like paper they make anymore as far as the newspaper, but I clicked on this thing. I thought it was dumb. I really did. But I know a lot of people believe in Jermaine Kearse, and there's some people that don't. Travis, personally think Jermaine Kearse will be the 5th or 6th receiver for the Lions this coming season. I think he'll be he can play
That's where
either.
I got him too.
Huh? What'd you say? Or 5th or 6th?
Yeah, that's where I got him at too.
Okay. I think he's too valuable to the team. I think he's the one. He played with Darrell Bevel. They got that chemistry. Now, obviously, everybody want to talk about Jermaine Kearse and Matthew Stafford weren't on the same page. I mean, the dude came into town and literally went to camp, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That very first day.
That very first day, and I applaud that. He came to play. And I think he makes the team. He can play either in the slot. He can play on the outside. I think he makes the team. So what do you think, man? You just said 5th or 6th, but what do you think about Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones and this season that they have coming up? Do you think they're gonna make it a whole season? How do you feel about that, man?
What do you mean, as far as like health wise?
Yeah. Do you think either one of them are gonna make?
I think they stay healthy.
Okay, I do too.
I think they're both going to stay healthy.
I do too.
I will say this. With Marvin Jones still not back 100%, it is kind of concerning. But I'm glad that it's still the off season.
Yeah.
If this was like the preseason, now I'm still kind of on high alert.
Yeah.
Because it's now, now we're starting to get geared up towards the real deal.
Yes.
And I don't want my starting, number 1 or number 2 wide receiver week 1 just starting to get reps.
Yeah.
I at least need one game.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, I just need at least like one game to where, okay, I know that he's back. Even if it's for like a series, I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why I think Jermaine Kearse plays such a vital role because of his relationship with Bevel and his work ethic and stuff like that. I mean, and the Lions got some options at receiver. It's sad that they have to even cut it down like that, but I think Jermaine Kearse make the team. I think that Andy Jones, I think Brandon Powell is there. I think Andy Jones and maybe the lacrosse guy, Tom Kennedy or whatever. I don't know. I think between him, Powell, and Andy Jones, that one of those guys are on the practice squad. I feel like that they're going to be like the what was the dude, man? Was it Durham? What was the guy's name, man? He used to come out.
Yeah, John Duhart.
Was it? No, it was before. It was before Duhart. There was a guy that he spent a bunch of time on the practice squad, and every time he got called up, he played. He balled. He would catch at least one bomb from Matthew Stafford.
Chris Durham.
Durham. Okay, that's his name. I like Durham, man.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you. I want to give credit where credit's due. Thank you, Da Bruiser.
Who is the Bruiser? Hey, shout out to the Bruiser, man. Go ahead and hit that subscription button. Appreciate you, man. This is Travis Troxel from Troxel Sports Talk. We got on with us today, part of the DSA, the Detroit Sports Alliance, trying to do some positive things in the city, change the culture because the negative media is everywhere. Now, with that being said, let's transition to Snacks Harrison. Okay. Now, congratulations to Snacks Harrison. Has some beautiful twins today, or he posted a picture today. So congratulations. Having a kid is always amazing. I couldn't imagine having twins. How about you, Trav? What you think of having twins, man?
Hey, I got one, and that's already a handful. So
Man, you and me
having
both.
twins at the same time,
You and me both.
I pray for you, brother.
Hey, absolutely, absolutely. So with that being said, I think Snacks is what it seems like. Darius Slay is kind of laying low. I mean, he's on what is that? The Twitch or playing Fortnite or whatever it is. He's on those things.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I haven't seen him really take to social media. Now Snacks on the other hand, One Prize says it explains why he wants more money. Absolutely, man.
Hey, and you know what? That's when I started. What do you call it? Just kind of get off his back talking about that.
Yeah.
It's because now I see, he has twins. He needs that bread.
Yeah, he does need that bread. But hey, look, I bet you he'd take that bread for this coming year than no bread. I mean, that should make the man want to work even harder. But
That's true.
Here's the thing. I feel like he's kind of trolling us a little bit. I feel like with his Twitter account, he's trolling us. I can't remember if you retweeted it or somebody retweeted today. It was like, oh, big news coming later today or something. And everybody like, oh, you about to get paid, blah, 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 yada, yada. And it was a picture of his kids. Shout out to him and his kids and stuff like that. But I feel like he was always going to hold out. And I feel like that he's playing games with the Twitter and all of that stuff. I mean, he's not outright just come out and said, hey, I'm trying to get my money. And I'm like, to me,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's all these subliminals and things like that. And I'm just like, I see what he's trying to do. But at the same time, I don't like all the Twitter, subliminals and things like that. I just wish he came out and said, this is what I'm trying to do, or just stayed off of social media. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's hard. As a fan, we definitely want him to play because, or I should say, be there at camp. Kind of take these younger guys under their wings and, hey, this is what you got to do to, possibly crack the starting lineup or be a rotational guy or something. You want a guy like Snacks there, in the off-season programs, and on the other side, with the injuries and how short players' careers can be, I get it. I get where he wants to get his money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then in the same token, I also see the Patriot way too.
Yeah.
Guys that are like this don't usually last that long.
Nope.
So if he holds out, I mean, if he indeed holds out, we can replace him. Yeah. We got guys, even not rookies, that we can replace him with. Now I will say, do I want to see that? No, because I do like Snacks.
Yeah.
I thought what he brought to the team, that very first year, right, 6 games in, onto the end, he brought our team from, what was that, 20 something ranked?
Yeah.
He was in run stop in the.
Yeah, we was like in the mid to low 20s or high 20s, I should say. Yeah. Yeah,
and then he brought us all the way to, rank the top 10 defense. Like I like him.
Yeah.
But money definitely does rule the league, and that's one thing I don't like about the league is it's too money drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we just get back to football?
Yeah. We can't just get back. I don't know.
I get it though.
I mean,
I get it though.
Yeah, I get it too, man.
This is their livelihood,
Absolutely.
That's why I get it.
I don't know, man. Like I said, shout out to Snacks Harrison. Congratulations again. My thing is.
Oh yeah, definitely. Congrats.
Hold on. Yes. Okay. Well, Okay. All right. Hey, why don't you, since you disrupting, why don't you come say hi? I got the little man. He always got it. He's like Luke G Jr.
Hi.
Okay, no, say it into the mic.
Sorry. Hi.
Okay, all right. He's talking about he hearing things outside, so I'm gonna have to check in a minute. But man, yeah, I get you, man. And as a working man myself, a father, a husband, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I feel like you got 2 years left on your contract. You're 30, and you're trying to play to basically prevent happening to you what happened to KD. And we started off the session, Travis, talking about Kevin Durant and Toronto Raptors fans and how, just dismal that was yesterday with them cheering when he got hurt. And I get Snacks, man. I do, but I feel like, bro, okay, so you played a bunch of games with the Giants and you've been that run stuffing guy. But now the Lions are your new team, man. They're your new team. Put in some work, put in a full year, and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? I understand them, but at the same time, I'm a big guy, a big advocate of like not deserting my team. Because let's be real, Travis, $6.75 million, that's a lot of money for you and me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you would put me out there against Sue. I ain't gonna last that long, but I do something to the brother.
Hey, like I said, for 6.5 million, hey, you can have Sue on me. You can have JJ Watt on me.
Yeah, I know.
It don't matter who you put on me. I'll take it.
Hey, look, I take a dive too, man. I'll fumble and everything. Melvin Drew says Luke G Jr. # shots fired. No, sir. No, sir. Me and Luke G got the two most active kids on YouTube when it comes to like the Detroit Sports Alliance, man. They always are around. You can hear them in the background and everything. I think Luke got mine beat, but he's a very close second. But Luke's is younger. But no, that's not any shots at all. All right, the Bruiser. I think he's new because when people are new, you can tell, man, because they put in some work in the chat. He says just by being a run stuffer doesn't warrant large contracts now. This is a passing league, and if you want that large contract, you have to be multifaceted. Although he did have 3.5 sacks last season. Wow, that's kind of deep, man. That's kind of deep. Just the thing is that Snacks has been he's been at the top for a while. He's been at the top of his position for a while, and I think he deserves a higher payday. I just don't know if it's this year. TA made a very good video about these guys it not being the right time, and I agree, especially for Snacks. I think Snacks is the more valuable player. Darius Slay, he getting $12 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Darius Slay is getting $12 million to show up and play. 12.5 to be exact. He's the 13th highest paid corner in the league. And I think that you play out this year, and then you go back and you talk to your team about it. You know what I'm saying? And restructure then. I just think it's kind of messed up what they're doing to the team. And I've already expressed myself, Travis, about Matthew Stafford's situation and how he's being a leader, in my opinion. And now, granted, they're not. He's making $27 million, so might be a little bit easier to show up. But at the same time, he also has more responsibility. He has more on his shoulders, and he's dealing with and no matter what anybody's going through, what Matthew Stafford had to go through with his wife is a big deal. And him coming to voluntary OTAs, involuntary OTAs, that's a big deal to me, man. So I appreciate that. And I'm just, it bugs me, man. It kind of rubs me the wrong way about Darius and Snacks, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. I will say this, and kind of piggybacking off of what you just said, come back, ball out.
Yes.
And then come back, and then let's talk next season. And then if you don't want whatever we could at least still, entertain that thought, with them.
Yeah. Yeah. One prize says it's far from a passing league. As Luke G would say, it's you do have to run the ball. You do have to run it. And actually running is the key to success.
Absolutely.
I mean, so I think I know what you mean. One pride is that passing gets kind of all the glory, all the praise, all the bells and whistles. You know what I'm saying? The deep balls. You can pick up a lot of yards in a hurry. But when it comes down to winning games, stopping the clock, or keeping the clock rolling, and just quite frankly running it down a team's throat, man, you got to be able to run the ball. So I do agree that running is still imperative. Melvin Drew says, but that's why the Giants got traded. Giants didn't want to pay him. Quinn knew that prior. Melvin Drew, I see you. So he's saying that basically the Giants was okay unloading this guy so that they didn't have to pay him. And then Quinn knew that.
Well,
Go ahead, Trav.
Well, you got to understand one thing though. With the whole New York Giants, they had a whole entire defensive scheme change. He didn't fit that bill. So it wasn't like they didn't want to pay him. I mean, if they were still running the scheme that he fits best, obviously they're going to pay him. Yeah. He fitted best with what we did. That's why we made that trade.
Yeah.
Now, shout outs to Bob Quinn, because that man was a miracle worker pulling off some slick stuff. And what up, though, No?
Oh, Noman's in the building.
Noman's in the Noman's in the
man. He slid. Yes, I see how he slid into that round table right at the end. Yes.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay. He swear he hearing stuff outside, man. I'm telling you. But hey guys, shout out to J3rd. He says one thing for sure: loyalty in sports, it's gone from both sides, players and organization. It's pay me for players and what you have done for me great lately for organizations. I tell you what, I heard yesterday or Friday night that they're trying to do away with the term owner when it comes to sports teams. And I don't know what they're going to replace that with. But I mean, guys, at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's kind of ridiculous how much these guys get paid for our entertainment. And, I want them to do what's best for their families. At the same time, I think my thing with these guys is I'm gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna roll with you. And that was my issue with Calvin Johnson as well. I did hear stuff about how the Lions are super petty, but I'm a firm believer in doing the work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm working a job and then I get my fingers cut off and then they try to not pay me, then I guess I'm gonna feel some type of way. And I guess Calvin Johnson felt that way with his bruises and bangs and stuff like that and the sacrifices that he made for his team. But with all that being said, I hope these guys come. I hope they play because we need them. We need them to have that stellar season that we are projecting that they have. You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to be next man up mentality, but I want these guys with us. You know what I'm saying? They've been there. I want them up. I want them in the building. And I want to see them come up, man, with the rest of the team. So I would hate to see them hold out, Trav. So with that being said, man, any final thoughts you got, man, for as far as anything Detroit or whatever, man? It don't matter.
Well, I will say, I do want to hit a quick thing. To those Raptors fans,
yes,
you lost all credibility with me.
Yeah.
Just the fans, because I did see the actual players and coaches and things like that. Tell them that's not cool.
Yeah.
But as far as the Raptors fan, we was kind of cool with you in Detroit and things like that. Cause you come to a lot of our games and stuff, but you lost that cool card with me. You don't ever cheer a player that gets injured. I don't care if it's Michael Jordan versus the Bad Boys. You don't cheer for that.
Yeah.
Because that's an excuse in essential, my guy had to go down for you to beat us. No, I want you at 100%. So when I beat you, there's no excuses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me ask you.
I do want to.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, with that being said, did you think that Drake's reaction was genuine? Like they played it all over and over and over. Did you think that Drake had a genuine reaction to KD's injury?
Truthfully, no.
I was thinking the same thing. I said, this dude, know he on camera. I'm not saying he wanted him to get hurt. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it was a little too dramatic for me. Like, you mean to tell me that, you've been in these guys' faces all game. and just all of a sudden, like you just, I don't know, man. I just wasn't feeling it. I feel like it was too extra. It was too extra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's crazy. But yeah, man.
And that's what I thought too
Yeah.
when I seen that.
Yeah, me too, man. So Toronto, I know you got the whole country on your back. You want your team to win. They took the Vancouver team away from you, but that is not how you rep your country by doing that stuff. And what I mean by that is you got a lot of stuff on your back. That's not how you do. I don't care. You know how things say, I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy. That is just sad and pathetic, and I hope that you guys learn from that and stuff like that. So, Travis, any last words, man? We're going to wrap it up here. We done hit our hour mark. Any last words for the people?
I will say this. Go ahead and subscribe to all the Detroit Sports Alliance members. And, you know, check out the Pistons Roundtable tomorrow night, or the Pistons Center Court, I should say. Sorry about that. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. It will be on my channel. And we have the draft show on June 20th at 6:30 p.m.
Absolutely.
This is all Eastern Standard Time, so people that are not in Michigan, you know, not out west or something like that, or even in different countries, you know, we are doing it Eastern Standard Time at 8 p.m. for the Piston Center Court, and for the draft, it is 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely. Good stuff, Travis. Good stuff. So once again, this is Troxel Sports Talk. His link is in my description. My name is Derek P. Fields. This is the Gridiron Blitz. Thank you so much. I had to get on with you guys. I missed the round table. I was supposed to host it, and that didn't go well, but I had to get on with y'all today. Shout out to everybody who rocked with the late night show. Appreciate you. Shout out to the round table, Luke G, Noble Sports Entertainment, 313 JMO, and everybody else. Shout out to the Bruiser. If you are not a subscriber and you like sports, man, go ahead, check out that description and subscribe to all my fellas as well as me. And we'll catch y'all later, man. May or may not see you tomorrow morning. I will get back with you later. So for Troxel Sports Talk and myself, we're out of here, guys. Peace out.